Hello fight fans, thanks for joining us at MMA Insider. Before we get rolling with today's news, show some love by hitting that like button and subscribing. Now let's uncover the latest happenings in MMA. Starting off, fighters react to Nassourdine Imavov's KO of Israel Adesanya at UFC Fight Night 250. Moving on, Conor McGregor unleashes shocking rant on Khabib Nurmagomedov. Next, Dana White admits the UFC could move on from Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall. Lastly, it isn't safe for Conor McGregor to fight again, says UFC legend. Nassourdine Imavov's title trajectory moved forward in a big way Saturday when he defeated former champion Israel Adesanya in the UFC Fight Night 250 main event. Imavov, 16-4 MMA, 8-2 UFC, extended his winning streak to 4 with a signature name on his resume in former title holder Adesanya, 24-5 MMA, 13-5 UFC, courtesy of a second-round knockout victory in the headlining bout at ANB Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Check below for the top X reactions to Imavov beating Adesanya at UFC Fight Night 250. Some great takedown defense by Izzy so far. Impressive. Izzy looks yoked. Imavov did his homework for sure. Decent round 1 from him. Izzy's counter wrestling looked sharp too. 10-9 Adesanya after round 1. Imavov had moments, but a clear round for Adesanya. Wow. Nassourdine Imavov TKOs Israel Adesanya. Woo! Unbelievable. Mayan Imavov's right hand is nice. What a performance. Bummed for Izzy for sure. What a legend. Imavov only 29 is crazy, bruh. The sky's the limit. Izzy will be back. Just wow, Imavov, my congratulations. What a performance. Ugh, hate to see Izzy lose back-to-back. Conor McGregor has fired perhaps his most nasty dig towards Khabib Nurmagomedov yet. McGregor and Nurmagomedov have been at odds for years. Fight fans still haven't forgotten a UFC Media Day incident back in 2018 when McGregor hurled a dolly at a fighter bus that Khabib was in. Despite the fact that Nurmagomedov submitted McGregor in their UFC 229 clash, Conor McGregor 1 continues to blast Khabib and his team. More recently, McGregor took to his X account and he may have gone off the rails with a scathing post. Never one to hold his tongue or his fingers, Conor McGregor hopped on social media to send a blistering message to Khabib Nurmagomedov. 15 minutes, I done Aldo 15 seconds. Show your wife, show your kids, cousin, mother, hiding mother. Show us you and your cousin's kids together because we have kids here in Ireland that want to smoke them in competition. Are they competing or what are you saying, Ireland versus Dagestan? Where's your offspring? We can't wait to see them. The best of Dagestan offspring? Dagestan, what do we think? Is this true? Who's next cause Fatso with the coach whistle won't fight? Who the designated this fat box as master father? Certainly not his own father, Abdul Manap. And they all know it in Dagestan. Dagestan think you are for retiring. Real Dagestan is forever. You are laughed at behind your back in Dagestan. Lazy you are, they say. Fight me and make a $100 million and give it to the entire village of Dagestan. But you won't, why? Fat, lazy, scared lazy fasto. McGregor has even taken aim at fellow Irish fighter Paul Hughes for telling Nurmagomedov that he isn't like Conor 1. McGregor has labeled Hughes a traitor. Meanwhile, Nurmagomedov has invited Hughes and his team to Dagestan following his 5-round war with Usman Nurmagomedov under the PFL umbrella. Time will tell if Khabib responds to McGregor's latest rant. Some fans have already chimed in, scolding McGregor for his continued antics. Little man, do you really believe that filming with your wife on a yacht, old men in pubs, who, by the way, took it rather well, drowning in addiction, facing rape accusations, pumping yourself with enough steroids to reshape your face, and neglecting your own children somehow qualifies you to stand on a moral pedestal? Why do you want to other men to show their wives? Oh, that's right, because you show yours to the whole world because you have no backbone. UFC President Dana White has offered an update on Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall. Jon Jones is just a few months removed from his return to the cage in the main event of UFC 309. Ending a long layoff due to injury, Jon Jones faced former champion Stipe Miocic in the main event of the New York-based pay-per-view. With interim champion Tom Aspinall watching cageside, the light heavyweight great scored a 4th-round knockout win. Heading into the event, Jon Jones repeatedly rejected the idea of facing Tom Aspinall with a win. However, in the cage at UFC 309, Jones suddenly changed his tune. After his knockout win, Jones stated that he would fight the interim heavyweight champion if Dana White can offer him enough money. Jon Jones has remained quiet since knocking out Stipe Miocic in November. Speaking in a recent interview, UFC President Dana White was asked for an update on talks between Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall. While the promoter has always been positive about the idea that the two champions would face off, his recent answer was slightly different. In the interview, Dana White admitted that the UFC could move on from Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall. While the longtime promoter has no plans of moving on right now, they could do so if talks take too long. That being said, White is confident the fight will be made and is actively working on it. 100% I think it gets done. If we don't get the fight on, we'll move on and we'll make another fight. But not last night, but the night before. I was up in my room with my people working until like 6 in the morning. We're working on lots of stuff right now. There's lots of good right now. There's no situation why the fight hasn't been made yet. It's the biggest fight we can make. I know the fans like to mess with Jon or whatever, but Jon Jones isn't afraid of anybody, and Jon Jones will fight anybody. It's just a matter of getting the fight done right now. That's our job. One well-known MMA personality doesn't believe it's safe for Conor McGregor to fight competitively again. McGregor has not been seen inside the octagon since July 2021, where he suffered a broken leg in his trilogy fight against Dustin Poirier. The former two-division UFC champion was planning on making his return against Michael Chandler in the main event of UFC 303. An injury derailed that plan, and fans have since been wondering if the Irishman will ever return to prize fighting. Chael Sonnen doesn't believe McGregor should be trading leather again. In a new video posted on his YouTube channel, Chael Sonnen shared his belief that it's simply too dangerous for Conor McGregor to fight competitively with how much time has passed since he last fought. He simply is not going to do MMA, nor should he, but he also shouldn't do any form of combat. It would not be safe for him to go into UFC Fight Pass Invitational. It would not be safe for Conor to go into a grappling match. It would not be safe for him to go into a boxing match. It would not be safe for him to go into an MMA match if the number one and golden rule is to protect yourself at all times. There is nobody under contract, not a top 10 guy. There is nobody under contract with the ultimate fighting championship that Conor could protect himself against at all times. There is nobody under contract at bare-knuckle boxing where Conor could protect himself at all times. McGregor has teased fighting outside of the UFC. He's discussed potential boxing matches and even bare-knuckle boxing bouts. McGregor has minority ownership stake in BKFC and has done stare-downs with Mike Perry and Jeremy Stevens. While Conor has insisted he will fight under the BKFC banner one day, many fans and experts are skeptical. Is it safe for Conor McGregor to return to professional fighting, whether in MMA or boxing, considering everything he's been through in recent years? His leg injury during the last fight, along with all the physical and mental challenges he's faced, including a prolonged period out of the octagon, raises the question of whether his body can still withstand the intensity of professional fights. Given the criticism he's faced regarding his commitment to training and his habits outside the ring, could a comeback put his long-term safety and health at risk, or could he still be competitive at the highest levels? Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Your dedication and support fuel our passion to bring you the latest and greatest in the MMA world. If you enjoyed today's news, please give us a thumbs up and share it with fellow MMA fans. Remember to subscribe to stay in the loop with daily MMA updates. We've got a lot of exciting news, interviews, and analysis coming your way every single day. Your engagement helps us grow and serve the MMA community even better. Once again, thank you for being an integral part of our daily MMA journey.